Hi everyone, Trishna here. So in my last video, I answered the age-old question of fate versus free will and which one actually rules over each of our lives. And in that video, I mentioned a concept called duality. And I've actually spoken about duality a lot on my channel. I've discussed it in a lot of my law of attraction videos, and it's also come up in a few of my monthly reading videos as well. And I want to bring that concept up again in its own video here right now. And I want to talk about duality in the context of the law of attraction and something that I talked about in the Scorpio December 2019 video that I think is really helpful for everybody watching. So if you haven't already seen the Scorpio December 2019 video, even if you're not a Scorpio, I highly recommend that you go ahead and watch that video. I think if you start around the 12-minute mark or like the 12-minute 30-second mark, somewhere around there, you will be able to see the full clip of what I'm talking about with regards to law of attraction and duality. And the reason why this is so important is because once you master the concept of duality with respect to law of attraction, you're going to be able to manifest your desires so much more quickly, so much more easily. You're going to be able to build that dream life that you have been wanting to have. And I've essentially mastered this concept, and so I'm able to actually get a lot of my manifestations within 24 hours. If not, usually it's like a week when I'll start to see things really moving in that direction and sometimes even coming to complete fruition. So duality is a really, really important concept to master whenever you are working with the law of attraction, and it is like the basis of my law of attraction work. So what do I mean by duality in the context of law of attraction? So whenever you have a desire, there are two ends of that spectrum. You have your desire, whatever it is that you do want, and then you have the opposite of your desire not existing, the lack of your desire, not being able to attain your desire. And also within yourself, you have duality as well. Whenever you think about your desire and you feel like you can have it, you feel really happy, positive, wonderful feelings. Whenever you focus on the lack side of the duality spectrum of your desire and you think about maybe never having it in time or something like that, you start feeling sadness or stress or anger or frustration or feeling like you're trapped. So you experience duality both in the physical realm of your desire existing and your desire not existing, wanting your desire and experiencing the lack of your desire. And then you also experience it within yourself, within feeling good about your desire when you think it's going to happen or you think it's going to come to you, and feeling really bad about your desire when you feel like you can't have it. So if there is maybe a certain relationship that you want, when you feel good about it, it feels happy. When you think you can have it, when you start to worry about it, is it going to work out? Will I ever find love? That's the other side of your desire. That's the duality. It's two sides of everything. So how do you handle this? How do you use this information to your advantage? Well, the thing about your desires in the law of attraction is, yes, it's great to do affirmations. It's great to visualize and create vision boards and journal and script and all of that. All of that is really important whenever you want to manifest something in your life because it gets you clear on your desire. It helps you figure out whatever it is that you want. It helps you put your attention on your intention and cast that out into the world. But the thing you really need to know is the universe already knows what you want. It's always paying attention to your vibration. It's very intelligent. It always knows what you want and what you don't want. So all of that manifestation work, all of that visualizing and vision board creating and scripting and all of that is important because it helps you channel your energy, but you don't really need to worry about whether or not you did that part right. You don't need to feel like if you don't see your desire, like, oh, did the universe not get the message? Did I not send it to the universe right? Did I do something wrong? Did I not journal the right way? You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to stress about that. Those details are not as important as you think when it comes to the law of attraction and attracting your dream life. Those are important, but again, really not even the biggest part in my opinion, because again, the universe already knows. You don't have to tell it, it's very smart. But with duality, there is the other side of the spectrum, right? Whenever you focus on your desire, you feel good, especially if you're focusing on having it. But then there's the other side of the equation, the fear side, the it's taking too long side, the I don't have it yet side, the will I ever have it, that side. And that's really the side that you want to focus on the most. So you want to focus on that half of the equation, mostly, because both of them exist. And if you remove that half of the equation, the only thing left is your desire. So that's the thing is whenever we focus on something that we want, there's also the fear of not having it. So if you make peace with not having your desire, if you make peace with it taking longer than you would like, if you make peace with not having that relationship or not getting that job or not getting that income, the moment that you make peace with it, it disappears. It's gone. It's no longer part of the equation. You've released it. That energy hold that you had on it is gone. And the only thing that's left is your desire. Now you may think, well, why can't I just focus on my desire? Why would I want to focus on the negative side of things? Why do I even want to look at that? And the thing is if you only focus on whatever it is that you want, your desire, that doesn't mean that the fears aren't there anymore. They're still there, and they will creep in when you have a moment of weakness. So it's really important that you address it. Like, you may have a lot of really good moments where you're like, yeah, I'm going to find love, or yeah, I'm going to get that job. But you know that there are moments when you have doubts. You know there are moments when somebody puts a doubt in your mind. And so you can focus on the positives all you want. And yes, it's helpful, but that doesn't make the fears that you have about the situation just disappear. You have to actually face them. You have to face your fears. You have to face the sadness that comes with that. You have to release it. You have to make peace with that being a reality. The moment that you make peace with that being a reality, you're not resisting it anymore, and it goes away. And the job that you want, the relationship that you want, the house that you want, the income that you want will be here. And I've talked about this in another video where a lot of people, whenever they're working with the law of attraction, they're very scared to focus on the side of the spectrum that has to deal with lack or the fear of not getting what you want, anything that's on the negative side of the spectrum. And I think that comes from the Secret movie where they say, like, don't think about debt. Don't think about getting out of debt, because then you're focusing on the debt. Think about getting more money. But again, like, if you're not gonna focus on it and face it and release it, it's still there even if you label it by a different name or use different words. So it's not a bad thing to focus on negative thoughts as long as you do it in a constructive way. That's what's really important. Because again, if you just ignore them, they're still there. They're still in your vibration. So you have to work on them if you want to be able to attract whatever it is that you want. And the way to do that productively, again, is to not just focus on it and dwell on it and feel bad about it, but to focus on it and make your peace with it. And if you want to know how to do that, I highly recommend that you watch my first 7 videos in the Law of Attraction playlist that I created, especially the 2 that are on releasing your emotional blocks. That is how to do that the right way, how to focus on the negative, how to release it so that you can make your peace with it, and so that the only thing that exists is your desire coming straight to you. All of these negative thoughts and fears that you're not focusing on, that you're ignoring, are still there, and they're impeding the progress of your desire coming to you. They're in the way. Once you release it, they're out of the way, and your desire will come right to you within 24 hours, a week. The better you get at this, the faster it'll come. So that is what I have to share on this. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already seen the December 2019 Scorpio video, I highly recommend that you go ahead and watch that. Actually, the timestamp may be around the 11-minute mark, but I highly recommend that you watch that because I explain it really well in that, and I think it's worth seeing how I explain it in that video plus this video. So go ahead and do that, and also don't forget to subscribe and leave me a like. If you have a comment, please feel free to do that. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have, and I will see you in my next video.